Welcome back to Gravity Rush. We're still climbing our big old tower of existence or something. But yeah, we're thankfully going to be time has stopped, but not for long. Okay.
Wait, isn't that what the bad guy wanted to have happen in the first place?
Yeah, I guess all he needed to do was talk to a tablet. We could use them to climb up, or cat, we can
Or
fly.
you can just fly. Maybe it's faster if you use the secondary ability.
Not really.
That's the only reason why I would think they even give you this challenge at all, because...
Yeah, but the problem is, again, it's still faster to do it this way.
Oh, no, wait, maybe the challenge is getting up there before time resumes and all these icicles drop.
Yeah, that's the idea, but they said we can use these things to climb up. And it's like, but it's faster to just fly.
You just fly up, yeah.
I like how
Cause
you were
cause
using
you
the wall to stall your timer instead of the icicles that were clearly right there.
Well, I managed to. I wound up like next to it, so.
Okay. This was a really weird room.
Also, where do they keep coming from?
Where are they going?
Yeah.
Did they just disappear? Are they falling on an infinite loop?
Do they fall, hit a certain point, and then warp back to the top?
That's what I was.
Yeah, like Pac-Man.
That's what I was suggesting. Yeah.
Is this the third ice climber? Oh wait, no, there wasn't even a second ice climber.
Nice climber.
It still shocks me that they never tried to make like a cheap $20 3D platformer ice climber puzzle thing on like a download at any point, because that seems like an easy money kind of game that they could go for.
Or just a cheap multiplayer eShop thing, just refine the actual game a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, if your character is in Smash Brothers, then people know who he is. So they are in this case. So
Yeah.
like, no really reason not to go for it, I would say.
Hmm. By the way, when are we gonna get a Mother 3 localization?
Reggie will ask you to stop asking him that.
Reggie's not with Nintendo anymore. He has no say.
You have no power here.
He's too busy trying to make GameStop not suck. So,
Good luck with that.
He's not doing a great job just to start off.
well, the timing
I'll
was
say.
really bad.
Yeah.
So,
Like, okay, I know that a lot of people probably won't be happy with this answer, because it's going to sound like I'm talking bad about Mother 3, even though that's not really what I'm doing. But Mother 3 is a harder game to localize than I think a lot of people give it credit for, because
part of it is the toy being an ass about it.
I mean, yes, that's true, but there's also a lot of like stuff that wouldn't really fly in today's culture. Like, for example, I don't know how you pronounce them, the Magypsies. Like, there's a lot of
Magypsies.
uncomfortable trans stereotypes with them.
a lot
and
of uncomfortable
which-
Japanese trans stereotypes specifically, which have the double problem of being insensitive by Western standards, but also not fitting the stereotypes by Western standards either.
Yeah.
So it's just weird. Like,
Yeah, I just think that, I know a lot of people love that game, and I'm not saying that it's bad, although if you like Mother 3, you should also play Dragon Quest V on the Nintendo DS. It's a very good game. I'm just saying that I think that a lot of people misunderstand how hard it would be to localize that game and have it fit with today's standards and also be considered quote-unquote acceptable for children, because at the end of the day, that's what Nintendo would want it to be. So, yeah, I think they feel like it probably wouldn't be worth it. Am I saying that
Without
it'll
a
never
major retool, like, they are better off remaking the game
Probably, yeah.
at this point than just trying to localize the original.
I've said that they should remake the Mother series for years. Like on 3DS, I remember saying, remake Mother 1, 2, and 3 on 3DS, because I feel like the art style would definitely come across a lot better if it were in 3D and had real power, because I know a lot of people like the Mother art style in the sprites. I'm not personally a big fan, but like the art that they have for like the official art with like the plastic and clay models and stuff like that, I think looks interesting. And they could do
It
more
would
if they
be
tried to make it look more like that instead of the sprites, which a lot of
it.
times I
What
feel
would be
looks kind of
interesting
empty.
for a remake, though, is if they gave 3D Mother 3 another shot, because it was originally supposed to be an N64 game.
Yeah,
And then it
So,
got restarted like 3 times.
yeah, so
yeah.
they could give that kind of style another try with a more modern coat of paint than they were capable of at the time. Would be
I
interesting.
imagine something looking like the Link's Awakening remake to some
Yeah,
extent, which
something like that.
I think that would go across fine.
Perhaps a little more claymation, but
Like
a
the same
similar style. Yeah.
proportions at the
Well,
very
one
least.
other thing that they could use as a visual inspiration is Okage Shadow King, which has a very Mother 3-ish style mixed with Tim Burton. What the hell?
Majestic Stag.
Exactly what this story needs. More characters.
More characters that we don't understand and who come out of nowhere and who are completely surreal with no explanation. Which would be fine if this weren't a game that also tried to have a set in stone setting that you're supposed to be invested in. Like if this were something like esoteric that you were supposed
Oh,
to.
is this cat's backstory?
Oh
Yes.
no.
Oh god.
Oh
She was
no.
a queen.
Oh no, she's the Pope.
Well, the queen.
No.
Oh, this is the
Pope, they called
timeline
me.
where she joins with Raven, but then they fight. And then Raven becomes Hitler.
What?
So she was originally a queen.
I guess.
Ah, because she's the Gravity Queen. Get it?
I get it. She still looks more like a pope than a queen, though. I just gotta say.
Is this costume available to use later on?
I am not sure actually.
It's reassuring to know that for as low budget as this game does, it still has better skirt physics than fucking Soul Calibur does.
What skirt physics?
Exactly.
They bother with skirts in Soul Calibur?
Yes, they do, and they're terrible. They're constantly
Like, that just
constantly
surpri-
clipping through your legs and thighs, and they always look like they're floating like 6 inches away from your skin. So
You see, I'm surprised they even bother, because Soul Calibur likes its legs and panty shots enough that I thought that they probably wouldn't even go for a skirt if they had the option.
well, they have various clothing items, so yeah. The whole point of the custom character idea is to let you figure your own stuff out. And even if they were going for pure titillation, there are people who find that feminine stuff more appealing than just straight up, fan service.
Also, I can't run any faster than this.
I mean, she is wearing a dress and probably heels, so makes sense.
The heels never stopped her before.
Although I have to imagine the metal things wrapped around her legs probably made walking hard anyway, so...
The Senate Chancellor.
I am the Senate. Well, playing your cards early, aren't you? Well, you only have about a few parts left. You need to wrap this shit up.
This guy's the bad guy, isn't he?
Wait and
What? No. I can't believe you would think that the trusted advisor would end up being the bad guy.
I like how
Next, you're gonna say the butler was the murderer the entire time.
I like how in this flashback she's like having trouble remembering, and you think that's just because she's like dreaming her way through it, but then you remember, oh wait, she started the game in full amnesia mode. This is the setup for that, isn't it?
see. Yep.
Okay.
Her personality also seems different from the main game. Too.
Well, no. She's not like this. Isn't a flashback. This is her going. They brought her in after they climbed the tower, and now it's like, oh right, you're back. You're the queen. Okay.
Oh, I thought so. This is not a flashback.
This is not a flashback.
I thought it was a flashback.
Nope.
Okay.
It's not a flashback.
No.
We just put the stuff back on, and everything is... What?
So she's just gonna... They say you're the queen, and you just roll with it?
Doesn't she
guess.
have amnesia? I thought she had amnesia, didn't she?
Yes. And she doesn't remember, but they tell her she's the queen, so okay.
And she just goes with it. She
I
probably
guess.
just really likes the outfit.
Where's Raven? What?
We will find out.
How long has this been happening?
Yeah.
Just come up here like it was... I swear to Christ it was a flashback. Because
It's not.
We open up with her napping on this desk. I was like, oh, I guess I live here now.
The
Fuck,
way
I'm
that she
bored.
was written also kind of seemed like a flashback as well, though, because she was much more reserved in her dialogue. I mean, maybe I wasn't paying attention, but...
No, I got that too. That's why I thought for sure it was a flashback.
This is very...
Yeah, she just asked what was I like 100 years ago, implying that this is happening now.
Yeah, it's happening now. So.
What a fucking bizarre shift.
Wow. We had time to do this, and we didn't flesh out the previous plot.
Nope.
Well, I guess if they didn't ever make another game, it's probably good that they at least tried to explain their main character's backstory. Like, it seems like a pretty important thing to not mention, but...
You know what happened when Legacy of Kain had to deal with this kind of stuff where they didn't have time to finish the story that they had going? What they did was they changed the direction of the story to fit what they had time for. And it turned out way better. It was actually like one of the biggest cases of accidental great storytelling in the history of gaming. Like, okay, in Soul Reaver, the game was supposed to go on past what we now know as the final boss for like several more levels. And you were supposed to go back to the Silenced Cathedral and activate it and sort of like musical pipe all of the vampires out of existence, and that was going to be the end of the story forever. That was a very definitive ending. But they didn't have time to do those last few levels, so they ended the game at the Chronoplast and just had you travel back in time in the area that was originally designed to just view the future. And from there on, they had like 3 games worth of story that turned out to be way more interesting than just killing all the vampires right there, so that was good. It worked out. But instead, they did this thing here, where they give you 2 games worth of story within a third of a game's worth of runtime, simultaneously killing all sequel potential anyway, so that they fulfilled their own prophecy of not having a sequel. Great.
I mean, I guess, yeah.
This isn't just the last third of the game is one other game that they wanted to tell.
It's 2, basically.
It's 2, yeah. That's the big thing that's bothering me right now. This is like 2 games worth of plot crammed into the last third of the game, and why? Why are you doing this? It was going so well.
And then it didn't.
Yeah.
Who knows what's going on?
Where
Who's telling us stuff?
The fuck is Raven?
I don't know.
Probably in jail. That's my guess.
Kat wouldn't stand for that. She wouldn't.
Oh, and the Queen's advisors would never go behind what the Queen wanted
Hello,
to
Your
have
Majesty.
happen.
I am the leader of the Senate, the Grand Vizier. Do I have any more titles that make it more obvious I'm evil?
I was in charge of things while you were gone, but it's okay. I'll gladly step down from power now that you are back.
Well, Kat.
Whispers very loudly to the guard behind him. I don't actually mean that.
Well, Kat.
Poison the tree.
Kat wouldn't sit here going.
Using the outdoor verse. The outdoor
Kat
voice.
wouldn't sit here going through all this without at least talking to Raven occasionally. She would.
A runabout. I'll steal it.
And if Raven was absent, and if Raven was absent for any length of time, Kat would investigate it. She's not a do-nothing. I should go to bed. Yeah, it's like we're playing Persona 5 all of a sudden. Great.
Damn it, Morgana.
I hear Morgana's actually less of a helicopter parent, so to speak, in Royal.
So why was it so annoying that, like, I know that it's a meme that, oh, she tells you to go
Because
to bed,
there's a
but,
lot of
like,
there's a lot of days on the calendar where plot stuff happens, where you just inexplicably cannot use the nighttime time slot to do things. The game will just tell you to go to sleep, even though there's no logical reason why you wouldn't want to, like, go to sleep right away, why you wouldn't be able to read a book or go out and do a night job or something. And it winds up being a lot of wasted space on the calendar that doesn't let you level up your social links or do other things.
Okay, Ted, basically, you know how annoying the Rotom Dex was in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon? Where it's constantly pestering you about the same things over and over. It's kind of like that.
Yeah, but the annoying thing about Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon is that they made it actively more annoying than the original.
Yeah,
where it's just I could never see the map ever.
Yeah, I'm just saying that as far as Morgana goes, it's similar in function.
Well, here's the thing. In Persona 5, before you get Morgana, and during a later plot point where Morgana is not there, your character will have a thought balloon that says, I should go to sleep. And that doesn't seem so annoying, because it seems like your character is deciding something. But when the game has Morgana with you, it has Morgana say the things that your character would otherwise think. Presumably because it wants to avoid taking the illusion that you are this character thinking things for yourself out of your hands. But because that means like 90% of the game Morgana is speaking for your character, it gives instead the sense that Morgana is deciding things for your character and taking these things out of your hands. So it was a major tonal misstep, really. Yeah.
Oh wait, I remember now. She woke up in the palace with like foggy memories.
Oh.
And they say she doesn't.
So she has amnesia twice.
Yes.
Is what you're saying.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. That makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah, I don't remember this plot very well for obvious reasons.
It feels like that should have been emphasized a little bit more because I didn't catch it.
It probably was. I just wasn't paying as much attention because we're talking.
Yeah, that's possible.
It definitely is trying to be unclear, which I guess it can kind of. I think, you know what? Here's the thing: if this were in a full-length game,
that kind of thing can
you climb up the ladder thing, and then you land up here, and like the previous story beats had as much time as they needed to, in order to in order to stew. Then this weird we wake up and things are confusing stuff going on, that wouldn't be so bad.
That works really well. I was about to bring and you'll know this one, Ted. Dragon Quest XI. After you escape from the king and all, you go back to your hometown, and suddenly you walk into the town, and with zero transition at all, stuff is happening, and everything seems nice. But then you talk to the NPCs, and you realize things are a little bit off. And then you talk to certain NPCs, and things are really off. And it isn't until the very end of the sequence when you finally realize exactly what's happened, and that's really, really effective.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas I feel like we've kind of got some overboard going on here because, it's just we're already tired of stuff not making sense from the beginning of the game, so we just kind of want stuff to make sense, Whereas here, it's just like things have been going on for forever, and we just want the plot to make sense again.
Okay, this is odd. Their method of choosing a successor is
divine revelation, yes.
Strange, yes.
I mean, it's not any worse than deciding who's going to be king by saying, our god told us.
Divine executive power is not derived from a watery tart throwing a sword at
you. Oh boy.
Why do we fade to black?
Because you have to load in the new guy coming in to do his thing.
But it
implies that time has passed? Question mark.
I think that's what's supposed.
I blacked out. What happened?
I think that's what's supposed to be happening. Yeah. A red crystal.
Made of red crystal. I wonder what that could be.
Stop telling me to go to bed.
Shut up,
You go to
Morgana.
It's past your bedtime, John.
It is.
Let me guess, though.
John, I was joking. It's 6:45.
Let me guess, though. This entire sequence is going to take place in a much shorter span of time than it seems.
Well, it's been 3 days.
Has it?
Yes.
This is the third time we're going to bed, so...
Yes.
No, well, maybe we take micro naps.
I wish I could take micro naps. Like, that would actually be hella nice. Because we lose a lot of time when we're sleeping. So, having more time to do stuff, I think, would be... Although,
You mean...
I say that right now, in these past 2 weeks, I've been sitting in the house doing nothing but stare at my wall and contemplate life. So maybe, actually, no, I'd rather be sleeping more.
You mean like power naps, that kind of thing?
Well, like...
Just about anyone can, as long as they can in some way wake themselves up in time. There's a kind of a sweet spot you hit where if you've slept for too long, then you'll feel like you haven't gotten enough sleep. But if you've slept for just the right amount of time, you'll actually feel temporarily energized.
Problem is that I'm that kind of asshole that will deliberately set a specific time to get a power nap, but I'll keep hitting the snooze button.
Yeah, that's the hard part. It's something you get used to a bit more if you take naps like on break at work or something. But I think the sweet spot is like half an hour to an hour, maybe, depending.
I've never woken up from a nap feeling better than when I fell asleep.
Well, if you've been
Yeah, I just find up feeling more tired.
if you're taking a 2-hour nap, you're exceeding the power nap threshold, and now, yes, your body wants more sleep. So yeah.
Couldn't you have picked literally any other song?
No.
Okay.
I gotta go fast. Gotta get through all the walking animation shit.
Well, I can only imagine how long this sequence would take if we actually had to watch you running back and forth the entire time.
I would add another, 2 to 3 minutes.
If you were playing this yourself, it would be really eerie and atmospheric, and it would give you time to soak in the situation more, and it would be narratively effective to have to run back and forth like that. Maybe not for quite as long as it looks like you're having to do it, but, well, pacing is hard to nail, so, But at the same time, we're not playing the game right now. We're watching a video of it, so thank you for the editing.
You're watching a video of me playing it, yes.
Yes.
Oh, he rose to position just after we left Herm.
That
Herm.
sounds...
That's when he crowned himself Super Supreme Grand Vizier Kai. Guru.
Oh, the only person who could ever live up to him was his friend who mysteriously died in an accident. Herm?
He was named Sir Nobody of nothing importance. Please don't mind him.
Okay, please tell me that this guy actually isn't evil, just to try to twist.
He was he was the genius tactician who was always mentioned second in all the books next to the master swordsman who fought alongside him.
The master swordsman only won because I told him what to do, damn it.
Crom really doesn't have any, doesn't ever do anything important.
Why are you mentioning
Actually, now that I
Fire
think
Emblem?
about
That was
it.
a Dragon Quest thing. Of all people,
Wait.
I thought you would get that one.
Wait, are you talking about
fake.
Eric? I mean, Eric's cooler, yeah, but...
So that's the end of that confusing mess of a part for Gravity Rush. We will see you all next time for more stuff.